Hello, and welcome to Tom's Tinkering and Adventures. And today, I'm going to show you a little something here in the kitchen. So, if you're a handyman, you can get things done in the garage or in the yard or whatever, you still got to eat. So, I'm trying to expand a little bit here and show a couple of simple things you can make. So one thing that I really like to eat is bread, and homemade bread is great. Now, making bread can be a real pain in the ass, but I've found some pretty good simple recipes for making bread. So today we're gonna make honey oatmeal bread. It's got a really nice texture and it's pretty easy to make. Now, I would say there's about 10 minutes worth of preparation required to make this bread, and you can check on the video here. I'm not going to cut anything out as far as the prep work, but the wait time, and there's definitely some wait time. This is called no knead bread. You use instant yeast or bread maker's yeast with it, and you just stir the ingredients up and you set it aside, and then you fold it over a couple times and you set it aside, and then you bake it. So I will cover all the times required on it, but as far as prep time, it's very little. But you just have to kind of plan out when you want it, because it's best to sit it overnight. So let's get started. My wife made me these Tom's Tinkering and Adventures stickers here. She made a few of them. So I'm starting to feel a little bit more legitimate here with my YouTube channel. All right, so for the bread ingredients, first and foremost, you're gonna need bread flour. You can use regular all-purpose flour, but bread flour has a bit more gluten in it, which I know that might be the bad word out there these days, but gluten is what gives bread its texture. So if you're not gluten intolerant, obviously, it's not going to be a problem. So you need 3 cups of bread flour. Put some salt in here. Let's see, 1.5 teaspoons of salt. And of course, if you're on a low salt diet, you can cut this out or you can add more. That's about 1.5 teaspoons. All right. Instant rise yeast. So you can buy this in these packets like this, or you can buy it in the big tub, depending on how much you want to make. I like the packets because then I ain't got to worry about it going bad so quickly. And you need 1/4 teaspoon of this. And make sure you have the instant rise yeast. All right, and then I like to stir up the yeast, salt, and flour to make sure I got a good mixture going there. Quaker oats, or whatever kind of oats you want, old-fashioned. I'm going to put 1 cup of that in there. We'll stir it one more time here. Get the oats evenly blended in there. All right, so it's honey oatmeal bread. So we got our honey. We need 3 tablespoons. 3 tablespoons of honey. Measuring out honey. Look at that, dropping things right on camera. Measuring out honey can be a pain, so I use a little bit of Pam or whatever you got, the cooking spray. Put some in there, and your honey will go into the measuring spoon and come out. It's because I gotta have 3 tablespoons, so I'll show you how nicely it comes out of here. Hopefully you can see it here. And it's mostly clear here. Otherwise, if you put the honey in there without that cooking spray, it's gonna stick in there and be a real pain. tablespoon number 3. All right, we spent more time waiting on honey than anything else. 14 ounces of water. Now, let me see if I can bring you on over here. Hopefully we get a little bit better view here. I like to pour the water on the outside here, kind of bring it down into the middle. In fact, here, let's switch the camera view. Bring it right inside of here. Hopefully that'll work. And then, using a wooden spoon, I like to use the handle end of the wooden spoon, which is kind of like a bread hook. And you just combine everything together here. It doesn't take long. The dogs are loving it. And you can just scrape the sides. Man, dogs, do you want to do this video or am I going to do it? Goodness. And you just scrape the sides down. Make sure you're getting all this dry stuff from the bottom. Make sure everything is mixed properly. Once it starts forming into a ball like this, that's when you know you pretty much got it mixed. Hopefully you all can see this okay. I know you can hear the dogs. There we go. Okay, fellas. Relax. The bread will be ready later. And I just like to do this, kind of pat it all into a ball into the center. Voila, now we got it. So the next step is to put a lid on it. So I like to use this plastic bowl. So I got a lid that fits right on here. If you don't have something like this, you can cover it with plastic wrap. But I'll put that on there and then I'll just set it. Set this back up. And then I'll just set it on top of the refrigerator. That's where I put mine, but you can put it on the counter, wherever you'd like. And this is harder to do than I remember. There we go, 2 hands. Excuse me. All right, now I see that I've been filming for just under 7 minutes, and that includes I was talking to the dogs, kind of explaining what I was doing here. So we got about 5 to 6 minutes worth of prep time into the bread. Now you have to wait. And ideally I like to wait about 12 hours. I've done 8 hours, I've done up to 24 hours waiting on this bread. But I will put this aside and, I'll get out of the light here. I'll put this aside, come back, I'll let you know how long I waited, and we'll go from there. I have a bad habit of getting up early, which maybe it's not a bad habit, but it does work out pretty good for making bread in the morning. Because it takes a couple hours after the dough has proofed. Proofing is the time between when you mix it and then prepare it to cook. So this bread has 2 proofing times. The first one, as I said, after you mix it is 8 hours, and you can go up to 24 hours. I don't think I've ever waited that long, but you could if you had to or wanted to. So it's pretty convenient if you want to mix it up in the evening and then cook it in the morning. But it does require a couple hours. I'm going to show you what the bread looks like now. Let's adjust the camera. So this is the dough. It's been proofing, let me look at the clock here, 13 hours. And you can see it's gotten considerably larger. It's kind of got a puffy look to it here now. So the first thing we got to do is put some flour out on our countertop, because it is a bit sticky, and then you get some on your hands too. Dough out onto the floured surface here. You can see it's kind of got these long strands on there. That's the gluten that I was talking about with the bread flour. It gives it that stringy texture. The first couple times I've made this bread, no knead bread, the stickiness kind of drives me crazy because it is a little bit sticky to work with at times. So you should have plenty of flour on your hands. You just kind of pat it down. Then get yourself a scraper. My sister gave me this one. Thank you, sis. You fold the bread over. 1, 2, 3, 4, roll it over, and just kind of tuck it under itself like this, and form it into a ball. Now theoretically you could be done at this point. Since this is oatmeal bread, we're going to garnish it a little bit with some additional oats. Now the bread is it's got the flour on here, so these oats aren't going to stick very well. So I got a little bit of water. Ideally I'd have like a little spray bottle of water, which works pretty good, but we'll just drizzle a little bit on here. Put some oats on the... We can even put some down here. We'll just roll the bread over into this. You can see the areas where I put the water on there, it sticks a lot nicer. And then I like to use this skillet here because it has to proof one more time. Put some non-stick spray in the skillet. Set this right inside of there. And then you just cover it with a towel. All right, and that's all the amount of time that you have to do to mess with this bread. Now it's going to proof for another hour and a half to 2 hours. So usually what I do is I'll move this over to the oven and I'll set a timer for 1 hour. And then at that point we will prep the oven. The bread's been resting for about an hour, and I'm using this Corningware dish as my baking vessel. So I got it in the oven. I'm gonna get the oven going at 450 degrees. And 30 minutes preheat time, and then we'll put the bread into the baking vessel. So I'll see you in 30 minutes. All right, oven is preheated, 30 minutes. And we're ready to put the bread in to the baking vessel. So let's get that on out of here. Set this down this direction. you have a cast iron Dutch oven, that'll work great too for this. I like to use a little bit of cooking spray in here. I've done it without, and it works okay as well. But just a little bit easier. And you can see how much this bread has risen in the second proofing time. That's what I like about the cast iron skillet is you just drop it right in there. Very easy. And then just shake it a little bit to center it. And use a kitchen shears, to score the top of the bread. It'll give it a nice appearance on the top. Put the lid on it, back in the oven. And we're going to set it for 30 minutes, 450 degrees. And I'll see you again in 30 minutes. The bread's been cooking for 30 minutes. At this point, you can either take the bread out, or if you like, you can take the lid off. Look at how nice it looks already. We'll take the lid off and we're gonna cook it for another couple minutes. And we'll just go with, how about 5 more minutes. That's gonna give the crust a little bit crispier texture to it. So you could even go 15, 20 minutes if you want. Just give it a, if you're making this, try out a couple different ways, see how you like it. We'll be back in a couple minutes. Okay, we did the 5 extra minutes with the lid off. I'm gonna set the camera down here and we'll pop the bread out and I'll put it right on that cooling rack. And there you have it. The honey oatmeal, no knead, artisan bread. We'll have to see how long the video ends up here, but it generally only takes about 10 minutes of work. Now, like Tom Petty said, the waiting is the hardest part. So you mix it up, you gotta wait for it to proof. Then you fold it over and you have to wait for it to proof again, and then you have to wait for it to come out of the oven. And now I have to wait for it to cool off before I can cut into this. But I've made this bread before. It's got a really nice texture to it, a good flavor. The oatmeal in it makes it a little bit chewy. The honey gives it a nice little touch of sweetness. And if you slice it up, you can toast it. It usually lasts for, well, I don't know how long it lasts because I usually eat it in about a day and a half or 2 days. So, but there's no preservatives in it, so you don't want to leave it sitting around for a week at a time. But I hope you enjoyed the bread. Thank you very much for watching. Get out there and find your adventure. Adios.